What's going on, you Marvel enthusiasts? Uncle Logan and I are back here today, and we are excited because we have more Marvel content to share with you and to review. We have an all-new show on Disney Plus, and that's right, we're talking about The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Finally, it's here. The return of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it's this time it's at home on our television sets on Disney Plus. And we're here to talk about the first two episodes, which have both premiered on Disney Plus the past couple Fridays. And we will first get into episode 1, and it is titled New World Order.
New World Order, like wrestling? NWO?
Not exactly, sport.
Well, it's great to see your lovely, beautiful face yet again. And hopefully you guys have been following our YouTube channel. We've been reviewing quite a bit of shows on Disney Plus, Mandalorian, WandaVision. Now we're back with this. The Falcon and Winter Soldier, and also the Mighty Ducks new show. So lots of great content, and especially with the Disney Plus streaming service, we love it. We're having a great time talking about these TV shows with you guys, for you guys. So this is basically the setup of the show is the aftermath of Endgame, what happened to Captain America, and we're picking up with these two characters, Bucky and Sam. And the setup of the episode is pretty cool. In an airplane, it's balls to the wall action, really badass setup for this episode. It felt like much in the MCU, like a high budget movie in terms of the action. It was just like really in your face and, awesome.
Super high production, awesome action scene to begin with. You're following Falcon as he's flying through the canyons. He flies right through the helicopter. He takes out the gunner pilot. We see the return of one of the characters from Civil War, played by former UFC champion George St. Pierre. He's back. So we see a lot of callbacks to Captain America movies and to the Avengers. And like you mentioned, this takes place months after the blip happens. So we're coming to terms with what Anthony Mackie's Falcon's been doing in this time, as well as the Winter Soldier. We know that obviously Captain America is no longer. He passed on the shield to Falcon, who doesn't want to go on. He doesn't want to be Captain America. He wants to be his own man. He thinks he won't live up to be Captain America. So he has the shield still in this. And we obviously see Don Cheadle, War Machine, and has a nice talk with the Falcon about Falcon's decision to basically he's going to give the shield over to the Smithsonian Museum, where they're going to have this display set up for Captain America, and he's going to put the shield in the little glass case, leave it open to the public so everybody can come and visit, see the Captain America suit, read about what Steve Rogers did.
Sam is at this Captain America Steve Rogers ceremony. He's really questioning his life. He doesn't want to be the next Captain America. He needs to get his life in order and take care of his family. What sets him up going down to New Orleans, having to do with the sister and family business on this boat. And they really tackle a lot of great issues that we're coming across, race and things like that, and low income houses and people like that. So there's a lot of great themes in the first two episodes, a lot of social commentary, what's going on in the world. But with Sam going down there to see his sister, he's like a big superhero. And when they go to get this loan at the bank, they couldn't get it. So it kind of shows you, even being a superhero, you can't financially, may not get the money you need to save your family or business.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a lot like soldiers coming home from war. They've went and fought for the country. They come back to, a couple parades and, some medals, but yeah, they're financially pretty much in the same place. They're rejected for loans. And even in this Marvel world, being a superhero, Falcon, doesn't have the money. So it's which is kind of strange, because with, obviously Tony Stark being a billionaire, you think that at least he could bankroll some of the guys, maybe set up a pension fund. But obviously the superheroes are struggling too when they get back. I guess they're not making the money that we thought.
Yeah, they're not making any money. Yeah, it's like, come on, Tony, give them like a few million, like maybe 5 million a piece for fucking helping save the world, bring people back. Here's like a few million. They get nothing, absolutely nothing. They have to end up going to like a local bank to get a loan out, and they get denied. So I thought that was pretty interesting. It's cool, like seeing a little backstory of Sam's character and his sister, family life, how he grew up in New Orleans and all that. And then we also had Bucky kind of going through his own stuff as well, personal demons, seeing a therapist because he has to, and it reminded me much of The Sopranos with Tony talking to Dr. Milfy. Um, that's what I loved about this episode. It reminded me much of The Sopranos, how he's getting analyzed and trying to figure out his problems and resolve those.
Exactly. He has some PTSD, obviously, for everything that he's been through. Being the super soldier and being, taken control by Hydra and whatnot. And we see him have some nightmares, which gives him a flashback of the time when he was a Winter Soldier and he had to kill somebody on a mission. And it's obviously traumatized him. He hasn't moved on from everything that's happened, especially after the blip and with Captain America being gone. So he's in a fragile state of mind, and there's a lot of problems with him, obviously. And it's nice to have the Falcon there. It's nice that they're, have this relationship where it's mostly business. And more so in episode 2, we see the dynamic between them sort of, we see more of that. And we're going to see that grow throughout the series. And I liked seeing those two together. They worked well off of each other, I thought.
Absolutely. In the first episode, we don't really see them together. They kind of get together in the second episode. But you kind of see more of their backstories, setting up the rest of the season, what they're trying to do with these characters. Better storytelling, character development, especially in the first episode, and setting everything up.
Setting everything up for the rest of the season, yes. And we also see what appears to be the main villains, or one of the main villains, obviously Baron Zemo. We know that he's going to be coming back, and we see him towards the end of the second episode. But in the first episode, we come across this group called the Flag Smashers, I believe.
Yeah.
Flag Smashers, and they're a renegade kind of group that's looking to branch off from the main society.
I think their whole initiative, they're trying to get that superhero serum.
And at the very end of the episode, we see Falcon and Winter Soldier come together. By the end, we're introduced to the Flag Smashers, and at the very end, we see that out of nowhere, Falcon thought that he was given a shield up, that they were going to have this exhibit at the Smithsonian for Captain America. He thought that was all there was to it, and the government brings out a new Captain America, and he is introduced.
That's right, Johnny Walker Red. I need a drink. John Walker. We get a glimpse of him with kind of his goofy face and the mask on. He's the new Captain America, John Walker, played by Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt Russell.
He looks like the Great Value brand of Chris Evans, Captain America.
He's not all buff. He's like really skinny. Just kind of goofy looking until he takes off the mask, and he's like, oh, okay. But yeah, it's a setup. We have a new Captain America, and we're wondering, where is this going to lead? What's going to happen in the remaining episodes of the season? Is he going to go down? Is Sam going to be the new Captain America? Let them wait and find out.
I can't wait to find out. My Falcon and Winter Soldier's tingling, boys.
Yeah, so for the pilot episode of Falcon Winter Soldier, I really had a good time with it. I liked how they set up these characters, the aftermath of Endgame after Captain America Steve Rogers is gone, what happens to Bucky and Sam. I think it's really paving the way through the rest of the season, and really good backstory with these characters. A lot of great action, and then also the introduction of the new Captain America, John Walker. I thought it was a really good time. I didn't know what to expect with this, but MCU, Marvel always puts out great content. This is another great entry in the catalog. So I'm going to give the first episode a 4 out of 5 Bucky hair pieces.
I really loved everything here too. It's taken on a more serious tone. It reminds me a lot of what we've already seen, Civil War stuff with Winter Soldier and with Falcon. Yeah. It's taken a more darker approach. We still have the nice relationship there between Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We have the high production value, the awesome action that we see is great. The acting's all phenomenal. I love, like you mentioned, I love the stuff between Bucky and his therapist there trying to work out his issues. We see a lot of darker themes in this that fits along with those other movies. I can't wait to see where it goes from here. I was highly impressed with the first episode. I am going to give it a 4 out of 5 Falcon hair pieces.
So with that being said, we have episode 2 of the Falcon and Winter Soldier that premiered tonight. We watched that, and it's called The Star-Spangled Man, and basically it's setting up the character of John Walker. He's the new Captain America. Dun, 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 with all the music and the marching band playing for him. And it's a nod to the first Captain America movie back in the 1940s when he's kind of introduced and all the propaganda and stuff like that. So this is like a more of a modern take of him getting interviewed for like Good Morning America or whatever it is, asking about,
You gotta
him.
love
And
that. It's an ABC show. Disney owns ABC, so there's
yeah,
your Young
there's
America.
so many plugs here.
Yeah.
But really, we're getting more of a backstory of John Walker, which I don't know this character. I haven't read the comics with him in it, so really getting to see Wyatt Russell show his acting chops. He's a pretty good actor. He's been in some good stuff that we've enjoyed, talked about before. But seeing him as a superhero, super villain, or super soldier. There we go. Being the new Captain America. So it's pretty great the way they set this up, and then nods to the first Captain America movie.
Yeah, I like seeing him in the beginning. We see him doing some training. We see some of his time in the war. We hear about his. I think he won 5 medals of honor in the war for saving people and for being heroic. Obviously, we see him with the shield. We see him throw it. He's in great shape, of course. He looks it looks kind of goofy at the end of the first one with the cowl on, but seeing him without the mask, like you mentioned, it's more believable. You can believe him being this, clean cut super soldier, basically, that he is. It's nice seeing his backstory just to see how everybody's reacting to him. The public kind of loves it. They're eating it up. We don't know if he has any ulterior motives from the way that they play it. In the beginning of the first episode, he just seems like a good guy that really wants to do good. And then, later on in the episode, we obviously see John Walker and his buddy. He kind of has his own partner in it, and they show up in one of the action scenes with Falcon and Winter Soldier. So that was a really cool action scene.
Yeah, his buddy is actually his sidekick, like you're saying, which is like Bucky. His name's Lamar Hoskins, also known as Battlestar from the comics. Yeah, but they kind of meet up in Munich, I believe, and they take on the Flag Smashers on that 18-wheeler because they're the Flag Smashers are trying to find that superhero serum. So it's like all out battle. They're duking it out, and Bucky and Sam really got their asses whooped.
All of a sudden, here comes a helicopter with John Walker and Battlestar, and they come in and sort of save the day. Eventually, they all kind of fall behind. They're all knocked off. The 18-wheelers with the Flag Smashers get away, and that sort of sets it up where the John Walker and Battlestar are going to talk with Bucky and Falcon, and they have this whole discussion. John Walker's kind of saying, I know how you feel about me. Obviously, you were really close with Steve Rogers, Captain America. He's saying, I'm not trying to take his place. I'm just trying to be the best Captain America I can be.
And then it sets up another character, which is from the comics, Isaiah Bradley, which is like the Black Captain America, but he was falsely imprisoned for like 30 years. So he's like a super soldier. Bucky and Sam are going to meet up with him to talk to him, and it doesn't really turn out good.
No, it doesn't turn out well. We see a lot of trauma with this character too. He hasn't been done right by things that happened back in, I think they say, the Korean War. He's did all this heroic stuff, and then they kind of put him in a jail cell and treated him real shitty. So this character is not happy to see Bucky at all. Obviously, Bucky's actually, I think they say he's way older. This happened obviously a long, long time ago. So yeah, he's not happy to see him. He basically tells him to get the hell out. He doesn't want anything to do with them. So it's kind of messed up with this whole theme of basically the government not treating the heroes how they should be treated when they get back from war.
Yeah. And again, social commentary. And then also, Bucky was bringing Sam to Isaiah to be kind of his mentor, and it just didn't work out that way. And they walk out of the house, and cops show up, and they're like, hey, because, Sam is African American. So it's like, what's going on in the world, race and everything, and cops. And they're like, oh, wait, you're one of the Avengers. Oh, I'm sorry. And then they end up arresting Bucky because he had a warrant out for his arrest for missing his therapy session. So and then goes into the scene with their therapist and Sam and Bucky kind of talking to her in an interrogation room.
That was a really cool scene. Yeah, she sits him down. They're going back and forth with each other. And throughout the episode, I like the whole dynamic between the two, how they're busting each other's balls. They're not exactly the best of friends or anything. They play off each other. Yeah, they sit down and she has them sit face to face, get as close as they can as possible, and look at each other in the eyes, and basically nothing. there's there's no progress between the two. They're kind of at a standstill too. You know, they don't exactly trust each other 100%, and there's still going to be some outlying issues between the two.
Is it me, or did it remind you of like a buddy comedy? Like with these two, with Bucky and Sam. Like it reminded me of The
Yeah,
Nice Guys with Gosling and what's his name? Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Yeah, it did. They had that dynamic throughout. Like I said, yeah, they were, you know, busting each other's balls throughout the episode, giving each other shit, making fun of each other when they get hit, kind
Yeah.
of things. Yeah, so I can see that plan throughout the rest of the episodes, and eventually they're going to be good buddies, I'm sure, by the end. But yeah, it was hilarious. They had some great moments together.
Yeah, they actually had some good comedic bits, and there's that thing about The Hobbit, how Bucky was saying, "Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I read The Hobbit in 1937 when it was released," because he's like 100 and
Yeah,
something years old. He's like, I don't know
yeah,
how old he is, but
yeah.
old. So he read that when it came out, so it was like one of the funny bits they had in there. There's a bunch of them,
That was a
but they
funny line.
worked. They worked well off, one another. They really worked, had great chemistry. I can't wait to see where this goes with their relationship, and then finding these bad guys, the Flag Smashers, and anybody else that shows up, along the way.
Yeah, what's going to happen? We have basically three things that well, a lot of things for them to deal with. They have Flag Smashers, they have Hydra still with Baron Zemo, who we're going to see in the next episode. It looks like, and they have John Walker to deal with. They have the
Yeah,
government on their back. It's pretty much them like against the world. It seems like, and how
yeah.
are they going to come out on the other side and get people back on their side? That's kind of where it's going. Will John Walker be evil in the end, or is he going to actually come to be a good ally of them? Especially, yeah, and his buddy
Yeah,
Battlestar too. So it's kind of I don't really know anything about the comics, so I don't know how that plays out.
they can go about it in two different ways. They can team up together, or they can duke it out, and Sam can get the shield back and be the new Captain America. I don't know. At the end of the second episode, we got to see Daniel Bruhl's Zemo in the German jail. If you guys remember him from the first Captain America movie.
I remember him from Inglorious Bastards.
Yeah, me too. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Same kind of character, but that's cool.
yeah.
It's going to be interesting what that has to do with his character returning. But overall, I had a really great time with episode 2, dealing with a lot of great stuff, seeing more of the buddy comedy side of the show, showing a little bit of comedic chops with Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie. Really great chemistry together, and what happens to their characters. And then also introducing, really getting the backstory of the new Captain America, John Walker, played by Wyatt Russell. He was really great. And I can't wait to see where this all goes. They're really paving the way for the rest of the season. I still have a lot of questions. I don't know how this is all going to tie in together, but it's basically them against the world. Everybody's out to get them, and a lot of bad guys and government, and it's pretty interesting storytelling, and had a great time with episode 2. So that being said, I'm going to give episode 2 a 4 out of 5 Falcon hair pieces.
I'm loving this. It's already like we've seen a whole movie. It's because both of those episodes, I think after the credits and stuff were taken out, about 40 minutes. So it's like we've already seen a feature length film. I love this
Yeah,
whole format of the series. These episodes were great. It felt like a movie, each one of them. I like how we get to flesh out all the characters. With a movie, we get to spend about 5 minutes with somebody new that comes on screen. Here, we get a whole backstory with the new characters. We learn more about John Walker right away after introducing him just a little bit in just that brief scene in the first episode. We get to see what he's all about in the second. It doesn't answer every question, but yeah, I love everything I've seen here. The action's awesome. The production, everything looks like a movie. It looks beautiful. I love how this whole series is darker, how it's yeah, I can't say enough about this show so far. I'm really invested in it already. It's more action packed than Wanda, obviously. It's
yeah.
we see more gadgets and a lot of awesome action. And I love Bucky and Falcon together. I love the two characters. I can't wait to see where everything goes. I can't wait to see Daniel Bruhl's character, Baron Zemo. We've seen him a little bit in the previous movies, but yeah, this series is really going to give him his time to shine as the big bad. So I can't wait to see what his character does and how evil he gets and how Hydra comes back and everything. and how Falcon and the Winter Soldier are able to work together and hopefully, make some progress against all these different things they're fighting against, basically. It was cool to see Wyatt Russell, his character's introduction. I don't know anything about his character, but right now, he's the new Captain America. So what's going to happen there? Are we eventually going to see Sam, become Captain America, or is he doesn't want that? I don't know. With that being said, I'm going to give Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 2, The Star Spangled Man, a 4 out of 5 John Walker hair pieces.
God bless this beautiful country.
God bless this land that I love. But from here on out, we should get a lot of Marvel content and things that are going to tie into these future films that are coming. So it's exciting to see where all these go. And it's nice to know that we even have Loki after this. So it's like, we're just going to keep pumping them out. We're still going to have shows on there. We're going to have movies at the same time. So yeah, Marvel's, like you mentioned, DC's not going to be able to catch up to Marvel at this point. They're so far ahead, and with the whole debacle with the Snyder cut and everything, and just how they dropped the ball there. They were trying to do the exact same thing as Marvel, setting everything up, and they just did too much all at once, and it was bungled. And yep. So, but we won't make comparisons here. This is Marvel, and so far both Uncle Logan and I are highly impressed with what we see. And we know you guys are tuning in. So if you guys disagreed with us and anything that you said, or point out things that we didn't mention, feel free to share with them in the comment section below. And thank you guys for watching us. We will be back to review the rest of the series. And we have four to go from here. So a couple more times you'll be seeing us to review some episodes.
That's right. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel. We'll be back here in 2 weeks to review episodes 3 and 4, and then a few episodes of the new Mighty Ducks show. And then we got plenty of other great content coming up, podcasts, interviews, movie reviews, TV reviews, and all that fun stuff with the fellas boys. And definitely check us out. We shoot our podcast every other Sunday night. I always have a blast with the entire gang. There's like 7 of us now. We have a special guest here and there, but it's always a good time. We cover a lot of great stuff in the entertainment business, from movies to TV shows, stuff we're checking out, and all that great stuff. And us just laughing for 3 hours and getting a little too wild. But we always have a good time.
Yes, sir. We love putting these videos out for you guys, and we thank you guys for subscribing and watching. And I can't wait to do this again with you, mate. This was fun. Let's watch some more and get lit and talk about some shows and movies.
Well, anyways, it's your 2 favorite coaches signing out. I'm Coach Logan Myers. That's my good mate over there,
Coach Henry Bombay.
Yeah! Signing out to the next review. Cheese!